Good morning, church. I'm fine, thank you. How are you all doing? A comfort zone is a very beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. So today, once again, we thank Almighty God for bringing all of us together as one family. Today, we are going to look at something that almost every human being dreams of, which is success. And from our Bible verse, which was read from 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 17. I repeat it. For who sees anything different in you? What do you have that you didn't receive? And if you did receive, why then do you boast about it? I'm asking all of us this question. What do we have that we didn't receive? Sometimes the happiness and the joy of success makes us as humans forget ourselves. We forget where we come from. We forget where we are going. And we forget how we got what we have. Success, perhaps, is what all men dream of. But this sweet dream, despite how fulfilling it is, hides so many dark secrets. And the tricky part is, sometimes it comes all of a sudden before we realize, then we forgot ourselves. So I will take us back into the Bible, where some men felt that they had become successful and that nothing mattered anymore. And some things that they overlooked are what today we are going to discuss. What at all is bad about success? Now, when one becomes successful, here are some few things that we overlook. First of all, we forget to show gratitude to God and to whom who deserve gratitude. And mind you, God said in Isaiah chapter 42, verse 8, that I read, I am the Lord, that is my name, and my glory I did not give to another. We all remember the story of the foolish wise man. And that is in Luke 12:16. Permit me to read the whole parable. Then he told them a parable. The land of a rich man produced abundantly, and he thought to himself, what should I do? For I have no place to store my crops. Then he said, I will do this. I will pull down my barns and build larger ones, and there I will store my gains and my goods. And all I will say is, my soul, you have ample goods laid up for many years. Relax, eat, drink, and be merry. But what happened? God said to him, you fool, this very night your life is being demanded, and the things you have prepared, whose will they be? After acquiring all the wealth in life, after having a bountiful harvest, this rich man failed to give glory, to give praise to the one who gave him strength, the one who watered his crops, the one who provided sun for his crops, but rather he was praising himself. He felt like nothing else mattered anymore. After all, he's had a bountiful harvest. And for the look of things, it's like someone in our time saying that I have so much money that even if I don't work anymore, I'll still live a good life. But he forgot that it was God who did all that for him, and he gave praise to himself. So one of the things that when we're becoming successful, we overlook is that we fail to give gratitude. And we become too overconfident. It's funny that as of now, some people feel like they've studied so much that now they know when the universe started. And that's, some even say there is no God. And you think about some of these things and you wonder, where are these people heading to? We read something from Psalm 133:15. As a man, his days are as grass, as a flower on the field. So he flourisheth. For the wind passeth over it, and it is gone, and the place thereof shall know it no more. We feel too powerful because we are successful, because we've accomplished a lot in life. And this is how the Bible describes our life. You see flowers blooming. The next day, you find them on the floor. And the flowers are nowhere to be found. That's how our lives are. But yet, we feel too powerful. Only because we feel like we are successful. Yeah, I have my dream job. I have money. I have the latest car. And we fail to give glory and honor to our Maker because we are successful. I ask again, what do you have that you didn't receive? Is it your house? Is it the shoes you're wearing? Is it your clothes? Is it your beautiful family? So many years ago, a man and a woman came together, and a zygote was formed, and the zygote turned into an embryo, and the embryo turned into a fetus, and a child was born. And this child was born without a teeth. We were all born without teeth. But at a point in time, we got teeth, right? We were all born without the ability to walk or crawl. But at a point in time, we all got the ability to crawl. Fast forward, we got the ability to walk. So literally, all that we have, we got them. So why do we boast as if we didn't get them? Instead of us to use what we have got to the benefit of others, to serve God, we use it as if we got it ourselves. I was speaking to some people some time ago about a similar topic to what we're discussing today, about money. And they were like, but we work for our money. They forgot that the monies came from the bank. So obviously those who print the money will say that, okay, they printed the money. But they also forgot that the monies came from papers. So those who made the papers were like, okay, so we made the money. And those who made the papers forgot that they made the papers out of trees. So you realize that everything goes back to nature, and eventually God made money. But when we get small of this thing called money, we feel like We are the bosses, nothing else matters. What do you have that you didn't receive? Is it your intelligence? Is it your higher academic standards? Is it your degree? Is it your diploma? Is it your master's? Is it your PhD? What do you have that you didn't receive? And truly, truly, if you did receive, why then do you boast of it? Some time ago in the Bible, a wise king, a very great king, perhaps one of the greatest kings Israel has ever had, King Saul. He felt so powerful that a sacrifice that was supposed to be made by the prophet Samuel, he did it himself because he felt like our enemies are coming, my people are scattering around me, so I have to do it. But he forgot that some time ago he was sent to go and look for his father's axes. And he met this prophet Samuel, and Samuel, through the directions of God, anointed him king over Israel. Within a split second, he forgot about where he came from. And he felt like, oh, I can perform the sacrifice. After I'm the king. Success makes us forget so many things. It makes us rely on our own understanding. It was I did it, yeah, I did it. And the scientists and the philosophers were reading meanings into things. And we see them as just so intelligent. And we begin to assume a God status. That's what most of these scientists are doing, because after all, they claim they know when the universe started. There you hear of the Big Bang theory, you hear of Charles Darwin's theory. What do you have that you didn't get? What do you have that you didn't receive? At the time you were staying with your parents, you were so young, so little. Fast forward, you went to school. You received education. You completed school, you had a job, you received the job. And now, you are failing to give gratitude to your parents. When was the last time you took a paper and a pen, or you wrote an email thanking your parents for taking you to school, thanking your parents for providing for you all the time? When was the last time you did that? You feel like it's their responsibility to do it. Yes, it's their responsibility. But you're failing to give gratitude because you think you're successful now. You have a bigger job than your parents. So you feel you're successful now. Maybe you're more intelligent, as in academic-wise, than your parents. So you think you're successful. But all that you have now, being it physical, being it intellectual, you received it. Is there anything any of us possess now that we didn't receive? Is there anything? From our hairs, to our skin, to the blood in us, we receive everything on us. But yet, we boast as if we didn't receive it. To an extent that we fail to give glory to the one who made all these things possible. The saddest part of it all is, after we become so successful, we begin to look down on others. No, you're not my class. You're not in my league. I've bought my third house. You're still renting a small apartment. I've bought the latest car. You're still riding your bicycle. I've had my master's. You're still struggling in college. And sometimes it's so sad, It's so sad that as humans, the Bible describes our life as that of a vapor from food. When you're cooking, see that vapor, just a flash, you don't see it anymore. And yet we want to assume a God status by becoming too comfortable and forgetting where we come from. Success is a very good thing. That's what all of us want. But when we reach that stage, we should remember where we come from. We should give glory to the one who made all of that possible. We should give thanks to those who deserve it. I'm making all the children here. If you've never done it before, you should start doing it. Take a time, write something down for your parents. Just let them know that you are grateful for all what they've done for you. Parents also should be grateful for for what their children are doing. Sometimes your kids will be doing well in school, and sometimes you, as a parent, you also have to let them know that you are very grateful for what they are doing in school. Because after all, it's the parents who get all the glory here. If you go to your son or your daughter's graduation and they're being honored, you let everyone know that, yeah, that's my son. That's my daughter. Yeah. And with the daughters and sons too, you should let your parents know that you're not taking them for granted. I will not take more time today, but we should all think about this. Success is really good, but when we reach that stage, we shouldn't be so comfortable. We shouldn't be too comfortable. We shouldn't be too overconfident. We shouldn't look down on others. We shouldn't forget to give glory to God. We shouldn't forget to give thanks to those we have to give thanks to. We shouldn't look down on others. Are you a boss in a company? Are you a boss in school? Are you a landlord? What are you doing to your subordinates? Are you too successful to an extent that you are using your success to hurt others? Landlords make so many rules in the house, and it makes the house so impossible to live in. Business owners make so many rules for workers, and it makes the work so difficult. Mothers and fathers make so many rules for their children, and we feel like running away from home. Why shouldn't so? We should always remember that it is God who made all that possible. From we becoming living things to we being able to speak, to we being able to buy things for ourselves, to we being able to buy cars, buy houses, attain educational qualifications. And if someone gave us all that, Why are we boasting as if we got them ourselves? To a point that sometimes when it's reached the offering, the collection during the Lord's Supper and giving, genuinely, maybe we don't have to give, but those who have to give, sometimes they are like, they look at the money and they separate the blue ones from the orange ones. After all that you have, someone gave it to you. So the person who gave it to you is saying, bring me a small amount, bring me a little of what I've given you. And sometimes we behave like we got it ourselves. It's like a student trying to prove that he knows more than his teacher. I used to do that a lot in school. Because in my school, my nursing school, the teachers liked the science students, those who did science in high school. But I did general arts in school, so the teachers are like, if you had wanted to be a nurse, why didn't you do science? So when I'm coming for those teachers, I make sure I've studied and researched a lot. So I come and I start proving them wrong. So they didn't like me, but that was then. So sometimes we want to show God that what we have, it's like we are proving He didn't give it to us. Like we got them ourselves. Where did we get it? From the clothes you are wearing to the food you are eating, everything comes from nature. Everything comes from God. Even with your academic certificate, that because of that you don't respect anyone, it's made of paper, and paper is from plants, and the plant is from God. Our cars are made from metals. Metals are minerals found in the earth, so everything is from God. So I ask again, what do you have that you didn't receive? And if you did receive it, why do you boast as if you didn't receive it? May the good Lord bless us. May He give us understanding. May He help us not to be too comfortable. May He help us not to be too ungrateful. May He help us to give gratitude to Him. May He help us to give gratitude to those who deserve gratitude. And may He open our understanding so that we wouldn't be just the mere listeners of the word, but be listeners and doers of the word. Thank you so much, and God bless us all.
Lord, I need you.